Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. My name is Montrevious Cheeks, and I am in the 2019 award winning Masters of Education Instructional Technology program at Kennesaw State University. I chose this program because not only do I love technology, but I love my scholars and seeing them exceed. I am a special education teacher, and I have learned that when technology is involved, the scholars will do more, they learn more, and get more out of it. Even if technology is given or provided as a reward, the scholars will do more with the traditional learning methods at times so that they can use the technology. So, why not join a program that will teach me how to use technology on an everyday basis to increase the effectiveness of my instruction? And the Capstone Project is titled The Integration of Technology in the Social Studies Classroom. The problem? The problem derived a couple of years ago when I was serving as the social studies special education teacher at my old high school, Westover High. And we noticed, an administrator and we noticed with complaints from a few scholars that educators weren't implementing technology at all or enough into their instruction. And the need? Scholars need authentic, meaningful instruction to become engaged and retain the information presented to them. And the question, how can we begin to implement technology into our instruction? Well, here's the Capstone Project plan. I can teach teachers about technologies that they can implement to increase the effectiveness of their instruction. And to do so, we have several instructional sites here. Um, a few years ago when I moved back home, the county switched over to Google for just about everything. And Google Classroom was a big push that the county was mandating. So not only did I have to learn Google Classroom for myself, but I had to teach it to my scholars and my cohorts. So that was quite fun and interesting all at the same time to be learning and teaching as I learned. But we also have several other sites that we use: Teaching History, World History Matters, Smithsonian Education, which is great, Hippocampus, which is a favorite from all of us, the scholars and teachers alike, Crash Course World History, Discovery Education Virtual Field Trips. I myself love that website. And EdTech Teacher, which is also a pretty great website, as well as Digital History. Assessment tools. My favorite assessment tool would be Socratic.com because it allows one to format the questions similar to the way that they are on the Georgia milestones and the end of course assessment. And you can also scramble the questions and the answers. You can time it. You can make the scholars take their time and move as you move. It's just a great website overall for assessments. But we also have Nearpod, Google Classroom, Google Forms, Kahoot, which the kids love, and Edpuzzle, which is a great website as well. The evaluation plan. This can be evaluated by the results of the Georgia milestones and the end of course assessment scores. For U.S. history, there was a 25% increase at the beginning learner level and a 12% increase at the developing learner level, an 8% increase at the proficient learner level, and a 3% increase at the distinguished learner level at the end of the first year of implementation. And these scores also include my special education scholars at just about every level. I think except for distinguished in U.S. history. My scholars were at all three levels, or the other three levels, I'm sorry. In economics, there was a 33% increase at the beginning learner level. So that means that the scholars were really learning. And a 19% increase at the developing learner level. And a 11% increase at the proficient learner level. And a 5% increase at the distinguished learner level. And once again, my special education scholars were at all four levels of distinction in economics. And one of my babies was actually the highest score at the distinguished learner level for the school. And she was in the 11th grade. I was very, very proud of her. A description of the capstone experience. This capstone project was completed in high school social studies classes and then middle school language arts and social studies classes. After my second year at Westover, I was moved to Albany Middle. And to keep the project going, I continued in the social studies classes there, but I was the language arts teacher for the seventh grade. So language arts was able to receive my, what can I say? They were able to receive my good graces and will as well. Reflection. The project was very interesting and a big learning experience. There were several things that I learned in addition to the technology standards and how to mesh them with the curriculum standards. That was quite a tedious process at times, as it really was. I think I've dreamed about doing that a couple of times. I have fallen in love with it. And from this project, I also learned how to become a technology facilitator from a leadership capacity. As when I was at Westover, I was on the student success team. So during planning periods, we met as a social studies team. They would allow me to come in and show them what I learned or what I'd done. And then also at Albany Middle, I was on the leadership team. And once again, they allowed me to come in and show everyone what I learned or what I'd done. And we met as a grade level. And at times we would have separate meetings with content areas or departments after school. And I would be the technology facilitator. It was great. And thank you for listening. I can be reached at montravius.cheeks@gmail.com, or you can tweet me on Twitter at mcheeks1619. Thank you.